All right. Hello, come clean sis. Ladies, how are we doing? So we'll just make this pretty short and sweet, but we wanted to just share out with our entire team our summer plan and what we have going on. We think just in a season where business is high highs and low lows, what better way to just bring morale and connect than just coming together. And so we put a calendar together, which I posted on our team chat today of all the calls that we'll be hosting, Lindsay, Lisa, and myself throughout this summer. And they're just times for us to come connect, talk about what's going on in business, and really use the space to teach and give you guys, they may not be groundbreaking, or earth shattering, but just tricks and tips and different sales approaches that work for us and that we've learned from our counterparts, and just share the wealth. So, but mainly, as you guys will always know, our heart is to just be transparent, be vulnerable, really check in on how everyone's doing. Lisa and I were on a call earlier today, and it was so simple, but it was so life-giving because we just went around and shared sincerely where we're at and what's keeping us going. Because in all honesty, my results are not incredible right now. I think we could all go around and say business is tough, and there's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot happening in the beauty industry. There's a lot happening with Beauty Counter right now, and things are changing and have changed. And with that, results are not, I'm sure, what we would all want them to be, because I know we all want to be selling minimum of 3,000 every month and all of that, where a lot of people just aren't right now. So our heart here is to see what our actions that we are in control of can get us the results that we want. So we all know there's a lot of things out of our control, but there's some things that are, and just showing up right now is definitely one of those things. So I want to applaud you guys that are on and wanting the recording and just investing in yourself. Be really proud of that, because that is half the battle, just showing up. We all know that. Okay, so you should have gotten an email earlier today announcing a sale that's happening tomorrow, which we were all very surprised and very excited to see that coming in. Did not know there was a sale coming. I don't think we had one at this time last year, so it was definitely a surprise. And in conjunction with that sale, our product launch. So we just wanted to use this space to make really crystal clear what's happening and make sure you feel confident in it. So the first thing was 20% off site-wide, which is significant. Many of our sales or events have been, spend this much and get 15% off, or spend this much and get this percent off. So to just have that blanket 20% off is pretty incredible. So we want to make sure you feel really good about utilizing that. So with that, it starts tomorrow, and it will run through the 30th. So a good chunk of time for us to utilize, this to build our paychecks. And with that, we also have our dark spot minimizing treatment product launching. And it is just an incredible, really targeted treatment product, which our very own Lisa is going to unpack a little bit more about that in a second. But what you want to emphasize to your customers is once they add that treatment product to their cart, they will get it. The brand new product itself will be 20% off, and they will also unlock free shipping. So just by adding that brand new product to the cart, which is already phenomenal, we all know it's in that vitamin C family, being the vitamin C serum, the AHA toner, the vitamin C oil. It's in that little group of vitamin C products. The vitamin C serum, when it launched a couple years ago, skyrocketed as our number one launching product. So it's in that family. We already know customers are so loyal to our vitamin C product. I'm sure you have all heard this, but at Ulta, where we have our current in-store collaboration, It's by far their number one selling product. So knowing that it already has that kind of cult-like following, that's all you have to say to your customers is, hey, I know you've heard of, I know you've used, I know you've seen our vitamin C serum. This is why you need the treatment product. And again, Lisa's going to share a little bit more of the kind of nuggets of what you'll want to share there with product knowledge. But this is where we really want to emphasize with how to maximize the sale is something you want to think about and be strategic. So as easy as it is to just post on social media, 20% off sale, everyone shop today, that is not going to yield or maximize the results that you want. This is an event like any other event, and this is going to sound really repetitive because we talk about this all the time, but in any of our sales and anything that is going to attract a new customer or maybe a customer that's been on the verge for a long time, the number one thing that you want to sell to them is our membership. Point blank, like that is the number one thing that you have to offer to get a business that is what we call healthy and consistent and growing over time. The reason I say that is our membership program, or our perks program, as most of us use the language to describe it, is will keep your customers coming back, and it will keep your customers spending 7 times more than a normal everyday shopping customer. And the reason for that is our credit program. We know that every time a customer shops with our membership program, they get 10% back, and it's sometimes during the year they get 20% back. So that just gives you a reason to always be in communication with your customers. So we want you to kind of use the sale as the vehicle, but then put the membership program in the driver's seat. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's just the main point of this whole event is to gain more members. So if there's questions about that, please unmute, ask us, because you just don't want to miss this opportunity. You'll get more people shopping. You'll get new customers. Like I said, people that are on the verge or have been watching you for a while about Beauty Counter will finally say yes. But the thing you want to sell them is, hey, let me tell you about our perks program and why you should add this to our cart. The last emphasis here is that it is only through June, $10. That will go away after this month. So that ends this month. I can't tell you how many people I have had finally get it, finally renew, all of that because I have this little carrot to dangle, and the fact that it's $10. That is insane. It's $10. You get free shipping on your order over 75. You get the free primer, which is what, like a $40 or $50 product. And you get 10% back on everything that you spend. So do not miss the emphasis on sell the perks program for any customer shopping the sale these next couple days or through the end of June. So what did I miss? What questions do you guys have? What are you thinking about? I would love to hear kind of some ideas also of what you're going to do for the sale, or any questions you have around that too.
I was just gonna say, everything you were saying about adding like the Band of Beauty and how obviously that's like a huge deal for people. It's $10. And sometimes, at least I'm setting up my project broadcast, which I know maybe we can talk about that too. But anytime you're sending out a message, it's hard not to want to like word vomit everything at them. But I actually just saw your sample text that you put, and it just said, at the very bottom, you just put like, oh, I want to get you the free priming serum. Let's add the perks to your cart. Sound like a plan? So without going into like 10% back and free shipping, like all the things, because that's what I normally want to do, is just share all the things. So I wanted to point that out because you were mentioning it, and it just ties right into the program without giving you all the details. So would you say that's probably the best way to, when you're talking about, for us that are like setting up a project broadcast, or maybe we're just going to go down our customer list and copy paste messages and send them off, update things as we go. Is that kind of what you envision, is just like talking about the product and the 20% off, but then short and sweet? Because
Yep.
it is lengthy, right? Like that's could be a
It's
very
already really
lengthy
long.
message.
Yeah, it's already a really long message. And so to your point, Lindsay, and what you guys hear me say all the time is leaving that as like the last little sentence. It keeps the ball in our court. So it's like, you know, and I actually edited it. I can't remember if I sent you my edited message to that. It said, like this message. Did it say that?
It didn't, but I was going to
Okay.
actually say that. That's what I have at the bottom of mine is
Yeah.
like this message if you have questions.
Yep.
So what does yours say? Like this message if you, because I hate it. You guys, this has happened twice to me now where the stupid new for new challenge, I want that darn bag so
My
bad.
Instacart just got here. 1 second. Keep
Oh,
talking.
yes, go do that. But if people don't add the Band of Beauty on at checkout, it kills me because then we only get the one order a month that you can attach it. So obviously we want them to add it. We want them to do it the right way. I even had someone just check out just with Band of Beauty. And I was like, what the heck? You didn't even buy anything. Like, what did you just do? So, that's like what I fear, is that you get it all dialed in and then people just go check out and they don't do it right. And then you're like, shoot. So I'm curious to see what her little message says, but yeah.
Linz, where are you? Did you find that in boards?
I don't think so. It was just
Okay.
on our chat. She sent it over.
Okay,
Okay.
so
There's probably messages on board though, honestly.
Well, yeah, because weren't all of your text messages or all of your messages put on boards?
yes. Okay, so to get everyone up to speed as to what Lindsay's talking about, we are using Project Broadcast, which a lot of you are familiar, some of you are not. So Project Broadcast, super quickly, is just a tool that's a text message tool that you can preset communication out to all your customers and write your message, load your customers in, set the date and time, and it sends out to all of your customers at one time. But it comes across as, hey, Kaylee, hey, Lindsay, hey, Lisa, like it's a personalized message from you. We can talk more about that because that tool is invaluable. I, as many of you know, have a new baby, 2 toddlers, my life's crazy. This is my whole strategy to run my business this summer. I mean, sincerely, this is all I'm doing for my business. So with that, we really want to be strategic on what those messages say, just in general, right? Like most of you, if you're honest, are texting your customers. How, like, very few of you are picking up the phone and saying like, hey, Heidi, I want to sell you a beauty counter. Like, that's incredible if you do that. And I did that in the beginning of my business and it worked incredibly well. Now, as maintaining customers, I text them all the time. And so this tool is life to me. So Tara and I sat down a few weeks ago. We wrote out text messages for the entire summer. We popped them into Project Broadcast. We scheduled the dates. We added graphics. And now we're set up, right? So like all of my communication for the rest of summer to all my customers is set in that tool. For the specific message Lindsay is talking about going out tomorrow, the last line in it, I have generally written lines that say, you know, shop here, click this link, shop here. What happens is people click the link, but then they don't take a ton of action because they just, you know, forget or click on it and move on with their lives. A new plan that has been a lot more effective has been saying a line that says, like this message if you want to hear more, like this message if you're interested in more details. Because like I just said, it still keeps the ball in our court where we just need a little bit of interaction from the customer. And then, you know, if they like the message, we can keep the conversation going in a more intimate, you know, environment, just bringing that text into your own personal text string, which is what a couple of my counterparts are saying that they do. Just meaning you're just doing it on your normal phone number instead of the Project Broadcast phone number. So I think using lines like, let me get you the free priming serum by adding our perks program. Again, gives them enough information to be attractive and want to know more, but it's not like word vomit, overwhelming, 5, paragraphs later, they're getting like some information about something they don't understand. So any other like thoughts or questions around Project Broadcast before we move on, or is anyone else using it so far in their businesses? I know you, Lindsay and Lisa are. Have you tried it, Britlin or Kaylee? No? Okay. So
It's really, to be talked to about it is very confusing and can be so overwhelming until you just like sit down and open up the platform and run through it. Because I think I was the first one to actually sit down and do it. And once I figured, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. And it's really easy to overthink it, but it's so simple. And so I think if you guys are at a point where you're interested in it, definitely reach out to us, because we can go over what it looks like and how to go about it and all of that on a more detailed, call or whatever. But it is like, it just takes everything out of, there's no thinking. It's just done.
here's the best way I'll describe it. If you feel like you have like an emotional relationship with your beauty counter business, aka sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it, like, oh, I have all the time in the world, I'm totally into this and I'm texting all my customers and this is so fun, to, oh my gosh, this is annoying, this is overwhelming, and I don't even know where to start. This is the tool for you. Like, this is just the tool for you. I'm definitely looking into it. Okay, yes. Thank you, Jacqueline. Because what I will tell you, as a mom of 3 little kids, I can sit down on a random night that they actually go to bed, and I'm like, wow, I've got 3 hours to myself. Like, this is incredible. And I can plan out, like I said, I've planned out communication, like quality, impactful, educational messages to all of my customers from today through August. Like, to me, I'm still mind blown over that. And so I have messages going out every 10 days to 300 people. And it just feels so, to me, it feels like I'm back in control and it's not overwhelming me, because I'm like, wow, I have a plan and I'm reaching all these people. People can opt out, which they do all the time, but I continue to have over 300 people getting my communication and continuing to shop. The other day I sent out a message and I had multiple orders come in from random people I would have never sat down and sent a personal text to. Customers that I thought were done shopping with me a year ago, and now they're randomly coming back out of the woodwork because something I said was of interest to them. So again, why don't you guys message us? You can message us on here or just on the chat, and we can sit down, one-on-one and give you kind of what it looks like to actually put this into action. So with all that said, I think what would be awesome is if, Lisa, you want to share with us, you have been using both of the brand new products, and just a few, like, what have you noticed? What have you experienced so far, as far as some like tips or some information that we can share out to our customers over the next few weeks?
Yeah. Okay. So I think when we have a new product that is launching to us, in the past, we have not really had the luxury of having the product before. Or if we have, it's been like a week or so. And then pre-sale happens, customers get it. And I think that is the biggest disadvantage. So Beauty Counter listened to us when we asked to actually have the product so we could test this out. And when you're selling a new product, I think the best thing that you guys need to do is get to know what this product is, the ingredients that are in it, and feel so confident in what you're selling, what it feels like, what it smells like. You need to have experience with it. And the way I am with like my skincare background, I'm obsessed with learning about the ingredients and how they work. So with the spot treatment, first of all, there are, I think, for you guys to like just think about and to have these high level points, there are 3 ingredients that you guys need to just no, that is what it is. So the first one is niacinamide, which is in a lot of our products. It's like a really popular ingredient to be having in skincare right now. It's a similar ingredient to retinol, but it is safe and it is more widespread, like it can be in a lot more products. And it's a vitamin B3. And what it's going to do is help like tighten your skin, minimize pores, reduce redness in your skin. The next one is pomegranate, which I don't think any of our products have pomegranate in it, but pomegranate is such a cool ingredient. First of all, it's anti-inflammatory, it's antibacterial, so it's really great for blemishes because it's going to calm those down. And it also helps stimulate your collagen and elastin production. So that's going to help boost collagen and then also fine lines and wrinkles. And then, of course, the most important part is the vitamin C, which is in this specific product, we use ethyl ascorbic acid, which is, I think this is one of the forms we use in our vitamin C serum, but it's like the most stable vitamin C that you can use. And so that is, I think, one of the key pieces to be sharing about this product is just like our vitamin C serum, this is a stable vitamin C that is in this product because the price point, let's be real, is kind of high. So to be really speaking value into what the ingredients are and what this product is, we need to speak with confidence with it. And so what is this product going to do? It's going to basically erase any dark spots that you have on your skin. It's going to erase acne scarring that you have on your skin. I think we say your results peak at 8 weeks, but you'll notice results around 4 weeks. Although I know Cassie shared it was like immediate. So everyone is going to be different. The app, do you guys have it? Does everyone have it? Did you guys all get it? Okay, so if you don't have it, the applicator on the end it's like a massage tip. Like there's these little prongs on the end of it. And that is going to help when you actually use it to apply on your skin. It's going to help massage it and have your skin like penetrate the product better. So I just think like the design of the actual product was really cool. And I personally love how it feels on my skin. It's a little bit tacky, a little sticky when it goes on. And I feel like it allows your next product to go on even better. Have you guys been using it at all? Have you guys noticed anything like significant with it? I know I've only been using it for a little bit and I don't have a ton of sun damage on my skin thanks to the overnight resurfacing peel. But I'm curious to see all the different aspects for it, for like acne scarring versus hyperpigmentation.
Yeah, I was going to say I have acne scarring. I don't feel like I have a lot of sun damage. Well, I probably do. But I have a ton of acne scarring. So I haven't noticed a ton of difference yet, but I do like just this morning, I'm thinking I did notice it. I just haven't taken pictures, but it feels a little less
significant,
predominant. Yeah.
I think it's going to be I'm interested to see long-term use for it. So like when I compare our spot treatment for like the acne spot treatment, like that is one that people will probably continuously reorder, where this one, I'm curious to see how it's going to be long-term, because once you get rid of that spot, are you going to continue using it? Whatever. But I think it's just going to be like just that specific targeted item that's going to be so good.
One thing to just add in there too, I just popped my message in the chat here, you guys. So if you want to use it for tomorrow, please do. But something I really love to emphasize around this product is the number one reason people go to see dermatologists is for sun damage, acne scarring, hyperpigmentation, which is the overproduction of melanin in your skin. So this product is specifically designed for what an entire business model is, meeting clients' needs. And to your point, Lisa, is yes, the whole point would be to minimize the damage of that. But our skin is always, sadly, we're always getting more damage in other areas, meaning you can use this product all over your body. So that's another thing for women, like your décolleté,
Your
talk
hands.
of
Yeah.
your hand, the back of your hands, also the second to your face, the back of your hands are what shows the most damage and you're aging. So really make sure you're speaking to that with your customers. So using those nuggets that Lisa just talked about, the niacinamide, to, you know, address that all over, and use the words like décolleté. You know, women are like, oh yeah, my chest, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I should be doing skincare down my neck. I didn't think about that. Oh, the excess product from my face should always be going on the back of my hands. Things like that are just what give you as the salesperson more credibility in your customers' eyes, and you're adding value to them and their skincare and how they're using it.
Yeah, and this, I think what's great about this product and the water cream is that everyone can use it. This is not a very specific skin type. Everyone can use this product. So there's really like nobody on your client list who you should not be talking about this to. It's a great add-in. It's a great booster item to add into anyone's regimen. And just like the overnight resurfacing peel for me was, I always call it my gateway drug. Like this could be a gateway drug for somebody because it's such an easy product to add into your already, you know, what you're using. And one other thing that you're going to want to remind your customers is to, or maybe this is an add-on thing, is to sell it with your sunscreen, because anytime you're working with an ingredient or a product that is combating scarring or hyperpigmentation, like you better be putting your sunscreen on right after that. We should always anyways, but this is like a great, sell it with your facial sunscreen. Like when you're doing a cart for somebody, make sure that Sheer Defense facial sunscreen is in the cart as well. Because those are just great things to go together. And then the water cream that's coming, I know that we're not launching that quite yet, but what I'm just going to share what I'm doing with it, because I did this with the AHA mask, and I think it made the biggest difference in how you can sell this product. But going back to, you can't sell a product that you haven't used or you haven't loved. I truly don't think you can speak to a product if you don't have that experience with it. And the water cream I have been using, I have not gotten that like flash filler effect quite per se from it. However, I've been like taking like mental notes on what my skin feels like as I'm using it. So that way, when it does launch, I can be talking about it. And I'm talking about it now. I know it doesn't launch, but I'm talking about it now. I'm taking pre-orders for it now. I'm building that anticipation. And one thing I noticed today after I put it on was my skin felt tight. Like it was one of those things where I was like, oh my gosh, I can tell that I'm wearing it. And so like, that's something I'm noting. So when I'm going to go talk about it, like I can share that. And so I think like pre-selling and doing the work before it launches is the best gift you can give to your business. And if you don't have it, get that product, because I'm fully in love with it right now.
And I think something I want to like double tap on that you just said, Lisa, is pre-selling. I think that word can be really intimidating to everyone. Like, what is pre-selling? It's exactly what you just said. It's just talking about it before it happens. So let's cut the like intimidation of what's pre-selling. It's truly just influencing your customers before the product launches, before the sale starts, before the event happens. It's getting them to be thinking about it. It's drawing attention to it. It's gaining excitement and anticipation, like Lisa said. So what she's doing is genius. It shows the credibility for her business that she's using the products, that she has a personal testimony to how they're working, that she can give space over time to continue to bring it up and keep planting the seed. Oh, that, you know, I think just the name water cream, I'm like, this is enticing to me. Like, this is attractive. What's water cream? What does that mean? You know, it just it makes me thirsty, you know, like that is the type of thing that you want to be doing, making something attractive to your customer ahead of time. So where, you know, the more you can do that in your own personal way, leading up to that on July 11th, thanks, Linz, will make your business. Like your business will be huge. If you send a voice memo to a customer, if you get on a private social media, which is what Lisa's done, she has a private Facebook group, so she's on there talking about it. That's totally fine. You just can't do things like in a public space. So I think that's really exciting. Heidi asked about when you're applying the dark spot minimizer. So Lindsay, you confirmed that's like after the serum. Is there any other like tips of how you're using it, either of you guys?
I find that you just got to let it dry, which I'm
Okay.
sure if you guys have used it, the same thing. Yeah, they said during a little training, I'm not sure if you guys jumped on that or not, but they just said, yeah, you will probably get the question. I've already gotten it one time. I hardly even shared it with people. And the first thing someone came back with was, well, I want the vitamin C serum. Which one should I get?
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that's something, and especially if people use the vitamin C serum, they're going to say, well, why do I need both? And so I guess one thing I would just point out is that the vitamin C serum is for your whole face. So that is doing all the brightening and, all the things that the vitamin C serum does for your whole face, where the spot treatment is specific just to those spots that you want to address. So you put it on after your vitamin C serum, or if you're whatever serum you're using, and then let it dry, because it seems a little tacky. I have not used it in the morning, so I'll admit I'm just using the water cream in the morning and I'm using the spot thing at night, just because it is tacky, like Lisa said. And so for some reason, I'm waiting. I don't know how it's going to feel to put the water cream on top of it. I don't know if anybody's done it.
It's been totally fine.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. The C serum to me is sticky too. It's kind of tacky once it's on your skin. So I think they're pretty comparable on how they feel. And so I haven't noticed any issues.
Okay.
With it at all.
I'll try it tomorrow and report back then too. So
I
just think that some people, go ahead.
The easiest ways to say, the difference between the vitamin C serum and the dark spot minimizer is saying, it's much more highly concentrated. It's addressing a specific area to treat your face, the back of your hands, on your décolleté. That's what you're going to just emphasize. It's much more highly concentrated. You're using a very small amount to address, that area. But like we say with all skincare, consistency. So if you're targeting a very small, but like I always go back, many of you have heard this story, my little friend from my honeymoon that I brought home from Mexico right here, I've been working on minimizing this thing for the last 10 years, so I'm so thrilled to have this now to address something like that. Most women have some pain point, right? Like,
yeah. And I think if you compare it, like our eye cream, wearing an eye cream is a specific targeted area on your face. And that's different than your moisturizer. Could you put your moisturizer in there? Could it maybe do the job? Maybe, but it's not going to do it as well. So using this as a targeted item, that's going to be very specific for a very specific concern.
And you just go back to the fact that how many customers say, oh, I'm going to go to my dermatologist. The number one reason people are going there is for this, to address this area. So with that, let's keep it short and sweet. The last thing we want to emphasize for you guys is, if this was beneficial in learning and getting more information and feeling more equipped to speak to your product, speak to your business, we cannot emphasize enough to attend the launch and learn event that our whole team is having tomorrow night. So same thing as always, just show up. You don't have to be looking good. You don't have to I'm wearing no makeup right now. It does not matter. Like, we are just offering this resource for you guys to jump on. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. I am going to drop the invitation here in the chat. I think I just reposted in a second, but this is just a really awesome event to get even more equipped from our greater team. So that's going to be also on Zoom. Hopefully you can see this invitation that I just put in the chat. Copy and paste that Zoom information there. But our top leaders of our entire organization are doing this for us. So that's just so powerful to come together with the best teachers and learn even more. So with that, any questions or thoughts before we jump off? Again, Project Broadcast. Cannot say that enough. reach out to us if you want to learn more, and we'll help you guys get set up. Yes, shine on, Linz. Okay, love you guys.